I am going to give you the real, raw truth about self-development, about like trying to change your life, about micro habits that change your life, about it all. Like if you're thinking about hiring a life coach, if you're thinking about having an accountability partner, if you're thinking about changing your life, if you're thinking about doing any of it. And these are things that I wish I knew before getting into it. Before I get into all that, I do want to say hello. How are you today? I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Shelby, and the reason why I created this channel is so that way I could just connect with you and have a community of people where we had each other. And like I always say in these videos, there is a pandemic of loneliness, and I get that. And I just want this to be a space where you feel heard, loved, understood, and all of the above. Ignore my ratchet nails today. I think I'm missing 2. Listen, I'm just rolling with it, okay? I'm just rolling with it. It is day 2 into not drinking coffee because I was having crazy headaches. And I don't know about you. Do you drink a lot of coffee? Just curious. I drank coffee all day, every day. So I have a recipe below for you for getting some good hydration in, some vitamins, some celery juice. And I will tell you this, my skin looks 100 times different. I don't know, like, if you guys have been here for a while, if you could tell, I could tell. So freaking good. All right. I'm going to tell you the truth and things I wish before I started my journey. The reason why I'm sharing this is not to discourage you. It is just to give you the real raw of like what you're going to go through, what you're going to expect. And yeah, I mean, if you think that things are going to be hunky-dory, sweetie, they're just not going to be hunky-dory right away. No one tells us that. Like when we go to improve our lives, that it's hard and it's scary, and sometimes you're alone, and a lot of the times your friends don't go along with you. Sometimes your family doesn't go along with you, and you have to navigate those things. So one of the very first things that I wish I knew going into self-development and, you know, going into that realm is you will never be the same person ever again, which is a good thing. It's a great thing, okay? You're doing a good thing for society by getting the help that you need, by investing into yourself. I always say you'll never regret investing into yourself because you will truly become a better person, but healing is not linear, and it is just something that is like forever ongoing. And the first point I want to make is that once that veil is lifted, honey, there is literally no going back. There is no longer an excuse of, well, I just didn't know, or, oh, this or that. Like, no, you are no longer going to have that excuse, which is good, but it's almost like you open up a new perspective. I call it like the third eye realization of like, holy shit, like I should have known better, but now that I know better, I can't do those things anymore, which is great. But it leads me into my second point is your whole life is going to freaking change. Like nothing will ever, 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 ever be the same, okay? You will not look at places, people, things the same literally anymore. You will not get joy out of the same things. You will not get joy out of the same people. You will not get joy out of the same rituals and things. So when I tell you, like, think about your body as a box, shake that box and tip it upside down because everything is falling out. Okay, and let me just encourage you here. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this to be real with you because I wish I had someone to be real with me too. All I ever heard on personal development was like, I'm so excited for you. This is going to be the best change of your life, which is true, but it's also really freaking hard. And you have to be, it's like a marriage. It's like a marriage to yourself. You're telling yourself that you're going to, now you know better, you're going to do better. And like you have to show up every single day. So you're just opening up Pandora's box to like anything and everything, okay? You will never see anything the same way ever freaking again. You could have been seeing a situation or situations or friendships or whatever it is for the same way for like 30 years. And the minute that you open up self-development, like literally forget everything you know about everything, because things are going to change in every aspect of your life, with your wealth, your health, your commitment to things, your boundaries, your relationships, the places you go, the places you now don't go, and everything like that. I'm going to say one of the hardest things that I had to go through while going through self-development, thank freaking God that I was single at that very moment where I decided to hire my life coach, because I can't even imagine how people feel when they are in a, like, let's just say a marriage. Like, say you're married to someone for 15 years and you're like, oh, I think I'm all of a sudden going to go through this, like, you know, change in my life where I'm going to do better. I want to do better. But you're married to someone and they are not on the same page as you. Okay. I don't even know if I should go there with that, but like, you almost have to respect that they're not there yet, but almost like want better for them too. But you can't like force people to do that. So one of the hardest things I experienced when I started my self-development journey, and I'm sure you are going to experience the same thing, even if you're single, even if you're in a relationship, even if you're married, is that it's really tricky, because like I said, you are doing this for you because you are called to it. You are being called to do something for your life. They're not necessarily in the same boat as you. They're not on the same page. So it might be really tricky. But when I was dating, oh my God. I mean, I couldn't have done it at a better point in time. I think I chose the right time to do it. I wasn't in like this weird relationship and I didn't feel obligated to anyone. I didn't have any promises, whatever. So I was able to just go about my life and just kind of heal how I wanted to heal and grow how I wanted to grow, and take those times out of my day. Like I would do every night, I would go into my journal and I would go into my manifesto, I called it, or we called it in the program I was taking. And I looked at all my journal every day, and I took a long time at nighttime to like really develop myself. But I could see how that could interrupt maybe a relationship if your partner is not very supportive. So I do just want to say that if you are looking to get into the self-development realm and you are in a relationship, it might be a conversation that you want to have prior. And I know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking it, is like, why do I have to let them know that I'm bettering myself? But I'm telling you, I'm just telling you that people are not always going to be happy that you are developing and growing and changing, because they are comfortable where they are, okay? They are comfortable. They don't want to change. They don't want to go on a diet. They don't want to read books. They don't want to develop their life. And if they do, like, keep them forever, amen, okay? Because that is very, very rare. And it's also very rare for someone to support you through a journey like that. So that for me was one of the trickiest things to navigate, was, you know, explaining to certain people like, hey, I'm on like this self journey thing. I hired a life coach and I'm not really interested in XYZ. And that's probably the single scene right now, like going out and partying. And I'm like, I'm just not into that. And I don't want to do that. But then I soon find out that that was perfectly okay with the right person, because the right person doesn't want to do that. And we meshed very well. Another thing that I wish I knew when I was going on this journey, and let me know if you've gone through this before, but you are definitely not going to keep the same group of friends that you have right now. I do have a couple of friends that I've been friends with for a very, very long time. I'd say like I have 5 friends that I've been friends with for literally my lifetime. And no matter what I'm going through, no matter what they're going through, we are thick and thin, ride or die, and nothing's coming in the way of our friendship. Thank you, God, for those friendships. How many of those do you have? Now, the rest of them, they fell off. They fell off because I had boundaries and I would say no to things like, again, going out and participating in things that I just didn't want to participate in, or they just kind of like naturally fell off just because we just didn't jive anymore. So that's a really interesting thing. I would always hear these people say like, you can't take everyone with you. Not everyone's going to go with you. I did not believe them. Maybe I didn't believe them, and maybe it wasn't just like something that was presented to me a lot. I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. They're supportive. Not always. And your family is not always going to be supportive of you either, because they might think it's some like woo-woo shit, which I've heard plenty of times my family say to me, or not my family, but like a person in my family in particular, just be like, just be careful because you don't want to drink the Kool-Aid. And I respected their support and I appreciated it, but that's actually good advice. Like, be careful where you go and what groups you join, because there's a lot of crazy shit out there today. But if it's just genuinely like for like health and wellness and just like the goodness of your life, I'm pretty sure you're going to be okay. But yeah, I did not take a lot of people with me, and I'm very okay with that. Something else that was really tricky was because I wasn't hanging around certain people drinking and going partying, and I lost a few friends in the midst of it, and I learned a few business lessons and life lessons and everything like that, you'll notice that you have a lot of time to yourself. Or you'll notice that the universe is testing you, or God is testing you, and a lot of people are wanting to hang out or whatever the case is. So I feel like you're going to get one of the two extremes. Either people are going to want to hang out all the time, or you're going to be in a spot where you're like having a lot of free time and you're going to be like, what the fuck? So setting boundaries is so important during this whole process. And like, I want to make a whole other video on setting boundaries, why it's hard for us to set boundaries, what do boundaries look like, and everything like that. But we'll unpack that later. But you have to have a solid set of boundaries because you're going to be tested during this time. Like, what better time than the time when you choose a choice for yourself to better your life? Like, it is going to happen. It's inevitable that you're going to be tested, or you're going to be alone a lot. I found myself in kind of both of those situations. I was alone a lot. So instead of like being sad about it and investing my time into things I shouldn't invest my time in, like crappy relationships or like going out just because I was lonely, what I did is I found a few YouTubers, and I will let you know who they are right now. I was really enjoying Aubrey Marcus. I was really enjoying Ed Milet. And I feel like there was someone else. Oh, her name was Blue. I really enjoyed Blue and Elizabeth April. They are all a little woo. Okay, I'm just being honest. Oh, and Clark Kegley. I really liked his things. And that's actually who I took my life coaching course through. And those 5 YouTubers, I swear to God, I was on a binge for literally 3 months straight. I did not, like, I took care of the kids and I was on my A game. Like, when we were obviously, like, I was a mother during this process. I wasn't just alone and single. I was a mom. So like, you know, I did what I had to do. But then when it came to bedtime or the days I didn't have them, I was dedicated to that couch. I was dedicated to my freaking couch, and I was dedicated to watching them and listening to the things that they were saying, because I wanted to improve so badly. I wanted so much more out of life. I just didn't know how to do it. And I just hung on to every single word that they fed me. Like, I was like eating out of the palm of their hand, literally. Like, I binge watched probably almost every single YouTube video that they have. But I will tell you this, I found a lot of really useful knowledge in there. And I will say, like, one of the biggest pieces of tidbits I got was relationship advice. Like I said, I was single in that moment. So I took a lot of time to really think about, okay, if I'm going to jump into another relationship, at the time I was going through a really not so great divorce with 2 little boys. And I was like, I will be damned if I bring a shit bag around my child. So I'm going to make sure that if I date again, which I don't think I'm going to, it's going to be someone who meets like all these check boxes, and I will not settle for anything less. So that's one of the things that I watched a lot of. So if there's an area in your life where you really want to improve something, find your YouTuber who you love, who you really like, and just go through their videos, jot down notes. And it was literally me and YouTube. Like, I was on a date with YouTube for 3 months straight. I was on a binge. And what I did, instead of like eating chips or popcorn, those are my go-tos. Like, I'm obsessed with chips and popcorn. Popcorn has my heart, okay? Literally. But instead of eating crappy foods, what I would do is I would meal prep a bunch of food. I would do like ground meat, or I would do chicken and lots of veggies, and I would just veg out to that. And even if I ate a bunch of it, at least I'm eating healthy food. So just a little tip and trick for you guys. Like, if you want to go down the rabbit hole, you're going to go down, and you're going to go down hard, sweetie. It is not a soft pull. It is a hard pull, and it happens really fucking fast, okay? And it's kind of nice because I feel like if you do things really slowly, there's maybe not that much growth like right away. But if you kind of just like fucking go for it, things are gonna happen really, really fast. My life changed so fucking fast. But I just want you to know this too. One of the things that I realized very, very early on is that not everyone is going to like it, like I said before. But you're going to be faced with a lot of challenges. You're going to be like, why is this all of a sudden coming up? And like I said before, I think it's just a test to just be like, are you in it or are you not? You know, you might be asked to go out a lot more, to drink a lot more, to do things you don't really feel like doing. You might be called to do different things, like to create and to be, you know, more to yourself. My biggest tip though for you would to just have like a routine, a morning routine and a night routine. If you don't have those, it's okay. I have a free routine for you guys. It's in my Pinterest. I'm going to put the link right below. I'm going to have to leave a mental note, leave a Pinterest morning and night routine for them. Because that helped me so much. I felt like a whirlwind happened in my life. And I was like, whoa, I did this to improve my life. Why is shit hitting the fan? Why am I losing friends? Why am I alone right now? Why are these people trying to walk all over me? Like, what the fuck? But what I realized is this stuff would have been happening anyways. It just would have not been on my radar. Once you're aware of something happening, you're going to be more hyper aware of it. Let me give you an example. It's called the red car theory. I'm sure you've heard it a million times, but in case you haven't heard the red car theory, it's, okay, say you're going to go buy a new car and the new car just happens to be, what color? I feel like Miss Rachel. Red. Okay. You don't know who Miss Rachel is. It's fine. You're not going to know for a while. So say you go to buy a new car and it's red. All you're going to see on the road from here on out, you're going to be hyper focused on red cars. It's because of our reticular activating system. It's just what our brain picks up on. Okay, that's why like when you, oh my gosh, I'm blanking, but I'm thinking about positivity. Like if you choose to be positive, more positive comes into your life. Or I don't know, that's a terrible example. It's been a long day. Listen, you're going to notice every freaking thing. You're going to notice every person around you pushing your buttons, testing your boundaries, trying to cross over that line. You're going to notice like every single thing like literally falling apart, but it's okay because sometimes things need to fall apart for you to build it back up, okay? It's just how it goes. And if you are not able to let go of something, you can't receive the new thing. I always think of that picture of, I don't know if you've seen it, but like Jesus is holding this like big, huge teddy bear behind his back, right? And there's this like little boy or girl holding onto this like little tiny toy, and God is like, don't you trust me? Like I've got you. And that's what I think about when I go through these self-development cycles is you really just have to rely on other forces other than yourself. Now, I don't know if you're an atheist. I don't know if you're a Christian. I don't know if you're Catholic. I don't know. And I'm not going to say I don't care because that's a stretch. I do care. I'm not trying to push my beliefs onto you. I want this to be a safe space. So I'm not pushing my beliefs onto you. I'm not preaching to you because I was an atheist, but I remember being young and just being like, whoa, don't push that shit on me. I'm not there yet. So respectfully, I'm not going to do that. But I will say this, that when you go into a realm or a space where you're trying to self-develop, it's really hard to do it on your own. And to have that extra support is really nice. So whether you believe in God or believe in the universe, you know, prayer is the most beautiful thing I've ever found, ever. And if you believe in prayer or if you believe in manifestation, in my opinion, it goes hand in hand. Again, I'm not here to sway you in any way, but it works. So just give it a try. And you could just keep it to yourself. It could be our little secret. We don't have to tell anyone that you're getting into anything. You could just do it on your own, okay? Baby steps is key. And the last thing that I want to tell you guys about self-development is that healing is not linear. It's really fucking not. Like, those YouTubers you see, those gurus you see, those Instagram models you see, like, shit's hard for all of us. Like, it's hard for all of us, okay? Life happens to us. Life happens to them. Life happens to you. You can't give up though, because there's going to be days, weeks, months where you're just like, fuck this. I hate this shit. Like, I want to give up so bad. There's going to be every reason in the book, I promise you, for you to give up. Like, your reasons are 1,000% valid. Like, you could want to give up and you might give up. But when you step into this realm of self-development, just understand that healing is not linear. And if you think you've healed something completely, you haven't. And if you think you're done in one area, you're not. And if, you know, it's just one of those things. Like, I'll give you an example. I had a lot of childhood trauma, like a lot. And I thought I healed it. So I went to go write a book this year. And I'm just being honest with you. I only have it designed and I have the chapters, you know, laid out, and that's all I have. And I'll tell you why. Because I thought, oh, I healed a lot of my childhood trauma. Let me go write a book called Unbroken. Is it called Unbroken? Unbreakable. Oh my God, I'm terrible. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anyone. And all of a fucking sudden, I swear to God, I tell all my friends who are in self-development, or all my clients and all my friends, I'm like, do not try to go and write a book about anything until you're 1,000% sure you can handle the shit that God or the universe is about to throw your way. Because honey, let me tell you something. If you are going to try to teach other people how to heal something or get through something, God is going to give you a little bit more, and it's all a learning lesson, and you're going to have to get through it. You're going to have to just be strong, but it's going to get crazy. So like I said, healing is not linear, and it's not always going to be easy. And if you think you've healed a certain part, you have not. Keep doing it though, because it is so freaking worth it. At the other side of that, what do I want to say? The other side of the fence, maybe? Is that a thing? Can we make that up? On the other side of the fence, it is so much better. No, the grass is not greener. The grass is greener where you water it, okay? So that's why I'm saying just be very careful, be very mindful about all of what I'm telling you right now, because I'm just trying to be honest with you, because a lot of people think, oh, she's on her self-development journey, or he's on his self-development journey. Shit might be really great. No, it's really fucking hard. And waking up every day and making that choice to be better for you and your family and your future generation, and your kids' kids and your kids' kids, and the people around you, and your relationship, if you have one, and your husband or your future relationship or your future kids, it is super fucking hard. Okay, it is really fucking hard. And people are going to judge you super fucking hard. And people are going to ride for you super fucking hard. And people are going to die for you super fucking hard. Nobody tells you that. No one told me that. Everyone's like, it's going to be great. And I'm like, let's go. Oh. It got crazy. It got crazy. I got judged for everything. Oh, and then when you heal from things, people think that you're like a rabbi. So they come at you all crazy and you're like, I'm healed, honey, but I'm still going to cuss you out. No, I'm joking. I'm kind of joking. Not really, but I'm kind of sort of joking. Don't test my gangster. I'm so white. Oh my God. Listen. It's all a process. Nobody is perfect. It's not easy. It's not linear. It's hard as fuck. That keeps giving me, I'm like, I have this like group chat on WhatsApp for the mom's PTO at Remy's school, and they text all the time. And I'm like, I can't keep up. I feel like there's more I want to share with you. I want to make sure that I can give you practical advice to take into your life, and not make it too vague, but also not dive into too much, because it might just be too much. I don't know. I wonder where you are right now. I wonder what you're feeling right now. I wonder if you've ever gotten into self-development. I wonder what, I don't know. But I want this to be a place where we have each other, where you know that you're loved, you know that you're heard, you know that you're seen. I know that you're on your self-development journey, and I'm proud of you, because I know it's really hard. I want to be that for you. Should you need it, I have an accountability program that you would really, really like. I have a 6-week program, and if you're like, I'm not that committed, that's fine, honey. We don't need to do 6 weeks. We could take it month by month, week by week. I have them available for like one session. I have 6 weeks worth of sessions. I have downloadable things for you guys. So whatever you need, I'm here to help, because like I said, I wish I had an accountability partner. I will say this though, some coaching programs you will have your coach check in on you once a week. So that might be an option for you as well. I don't know if I'm going to create like a life coaching program, maybe a little bit down the road. I'm almost afraid to open that can of worms, because I know when I went to go write the book, I did open that can of worms, and boy, oh boy, it was a lot of worms to pick up. So I got you if you need an accountability partner. I don't want you to feel alone. I want you to know that you are guided every step of the way. And yeah, shit's not easy. Like it's real out here. It's real. Like, I don't know. But the good thing about this all is you're here, you're doing your best, and you're taking practical advice to help better your life. You're not just trying to just whimsically go through life and say, you know, fuck it to the wind. So that's great, because when I was in my early 20s, that's what I did. I was like, fuck it to the wind. Like, whatever. I'll care one day. Today's not that day. And I want the best for you. So in any news, I have this recipe for you guys below as well. I don't know about you, but I suck at hydrating myself. I live in South Florida and I suck at drinking water. I literally wouldn't even drink a cup of water a day. That is sad. That's a lie. I would drink water, but the water was formed into coffee and I would drink that. So I was convincing myself that I was drinking water, but I wasn't. So I'm on day 2. I told you guys I would do a full week of no coffee. And I've got to be completely honest with you. I have no freaking clue how I'm not going to have coffee tomorrow morning, because it's Saturday. Tomorrow's Saturday. And I really just enjoy a cup of coffee in the morning. It's Valentino's birthday today. Today's Valentino's birthday, by the way. So happy birthday to him. He just turned 1. But tomorrow's his birthday party and we have a lot of stuff to do. Stop messaging me. And I just feel like it's going to be chaos without coffee. I'm just like, how the fuck am I going to do this? I have no idea. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I don't know, girl. I don't know how this is gonna go. Yeah, so in other news, I learned a lot this month alone, and I hope that you got a lot out of these videos, because I really dedicate a lot of time to making these videos for you guys, because I want to genuinely build such a strong community where, like I said, we can connect and we can hold each other accountable, and we can be that friend when we feel like we don't have friends. And yeah, it's just such a crazy world. Speaking about crazy world, we live in the Space Coast, which, if you don't know what that means, I'm trying to like find the words to describe this to you. Elon Musk has his NASA stuff here. And I'm pretty sure Trump is the reason why the Space Coast thing is a thing, like the military thing. But Elon Musk is here a lot. And where was I going with this? We live on the Space Coast. Oh yeah, Elon Musk. Have you seen his new robot? Have you seen his new robot? Like, whoa. And I feel like when my sons get married, they're going to get married to a robot. And that's the future that I'm going to be living, like Futurama type stuff. And I'm like, I don't know if I can handle all this. But yeah, crazy stuff. She looks like a robot, like neck down. She is a robot, neck down. She doesn't just look like a robot. She is a robot, neck down. And the front of her, her whole head is like the silicone, like insane Barbie. Let me show you. She looks like a Barbie. Elon Musk's new robot. I feel like we're not going to see it. Where is it? So those are the ones that he has. I don't know if you could see. They're just like normal looking. Oh my God, here it is. Wait, no, that's not the one. He was at today. Okay. Elon Musk at dinner with his new robot. You're going to shit your pants. if you haven't already seen it. Girl. Let me bring this closer. Like, what? Imagine that. Okay, is he married? Because, like, I'd be a little pissed. I'd be like, you're going out to dinner with your robot. I'm just saying, oh my God. I don't know. That's all the news I got for you. I don't really watch the news. I watch YouTube. My mother-in-law fills me in on all the stuff going on in the world, and that to me is just a little bit too much still, because I just don't like watching the news. I should be more informed. I agree, there's things that sometimes we just need to know, but like I just sometimes can't handle what's on the news. So if you want any news updates, you're not going to get them here, but you'll get Elon Musk updates. Are you a fan of Elon Musk? I'm curious. I'm indifferent. I'm a little indifferent. I don't know. Pretty savvy though. We watched a YouTube video the other day on his like development and like who he is and what he does, and I'm just like, I don't know. But anyways, okay, I'm rambling now. I'm just having so much fun with you guys. I gotta go. We're gonna go to Publix. We're going to get a little cupcake for Valentino. We're gonna sing him happy birthday. Tomorrow's the party, so we're just gonna do a little something cute. I will definitely take a video to show you guys. I'll post it up. And I just want you to know that self-development is a really beautiful journey, and I hope to God that you understand how awesome it's going to be. I hope this video didn't scare you, but I always want to be that person that is honest with you. Like, it is not easy. It is really sometimes not fun, but it is fun because you get to love yourself and understand yourself more. I learned more about myself on my self-development journey than I ever knew about myself before. And I hope that you find out exactly who you are because you deserve it. If I could recommend anything, it's one of the things that like really helped me understand me personally was the 16 personality test. I'm an ENFJ. I'll put it in the description if you want to like read about me too. And I would love to read about you. So maybe leave a comment below and tell me what you are. It's only like a 15-minute test or something like that. It's really fun. You get to read about like what you like and what you don't like, and things that you should do for work and things you should avoid, and your pros and your cons and your whatever. And the reason why it's so good to know that is because if you're having a really difficult time right now in life and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, I can't seem to get things right. I felt that way for a long time. I was like, what am I doing wrong? What I was doing wrong is I was doing everything wrong. Like, I'm just being honest with you. Like, I was doing everything wrong. I wasn't doing the right jobs. I wasn't around the right people. So if it seems confusing, there's a reason why. So let's get down to the bottom of it and let's figure out like what you like to do, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. And something I really liked doing when I looked at my weaknesses is I didn't look at it as something bad. I looked at it as something that I could kind of like work on, you know? I'm going to share this with you. One of the things I'm not good at, and I want to know what one of your weaknesses is too, is I could be very aloof, meaning very whimsical, very in my own world. I don't know if it's a coping mechanism or if I just think my world is better and I'm like, la, la, la. But nonetheless, I'm very aloof and I'm very in my own space, very in my own head a lot of the times. And what I noticed from a very young age, well, someone pointed it out to me very rudely, but they were like, you suck at being a girlfriend. This was like in high school, and I was like, how dare you? They were like, you suck at being a girlfriend. Like, you don't make anyone feel special. And it sucks because like I think so highly of you, but like you make me feel not important. So what I tried to do now, and that was one of my weaknesses, is just kind of being aloof and just kind of like in my own world, is I am extraordinarily intentional with everything that I do now, because I don't want anyone in my life to feel like they are not important. I don't want anything to get missed, any birthdays, because I suck at birthdays, like super suck. So I have everyone's birthdays in my phone and my Google Cal. And I'm just like super intentional now, and it has helped so much because this is definitely not something I was born with. I was not born with being intentional, but darn it, I was like, I will be intentional and I will make all my relationships, I will make everyone feel special, seen, heard, loved. And that's like one of my favorite things to do now is is do that. So anyways, I love you guys. I hope this was helpful. I don't want you to be afraid to go into self-development because it is such a beautiful space. And I hope this is something that I can walk you through. If you're afraid, if you need a helping hand, everything is going to be great. Everything's going to be fine. Shit might only hit the fan just a little bit. But listen, that's just part of life. That's just the ebbs and flows of life, and it's perfectly fine. Like, everything's gonna be just fine, okay? I love you so much. Everything is great. Everything is hunky-dory, okay? And if it's not, well, it's gonna be, all right? It's gonna be. Everything's gonna be just fine. I love you. 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 I'll see you in the next video.